Hello and welcome to the Tottenham America channel. Today we will be previewing Tottenham's second meeting with Manchester City in less than a month as they take on the Citizens at home at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Sunday, February 5th, 2023 at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, which is 8:30 a.m. Pacific time for our West Coast fans. This is the 22nd round of the Premier League. It will be at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London, and the referee for this match is Andrew Madley. You can watch this match in the US on NBC or the streaming service Peacock. Let's move into each team's recent form. For Tottenham, the home side, they have won their last two games, one in the Premier League and one in the FA Cup, but prior to that, it was two successive losses in the Premier League, one to league leaders Arsenal, and the other one to the Manchester City in the reverse fixture that was postponed from September as they bottled a 2-0 lead away from home at the Etihad to go down 4-2 as a loss against Manchester City. Tottenham sit 5th in the Premier League on 21 games played, 11 wins, 3 draws, 7 losses on 36 points. For Manchester City, they have 3 wins in their last 5. 3 of them, one of them came against Tottenham in the Premier League, the other against Wolves in the Premier League, and their most recent was a 1-0 win against Arsenal in the FA Cup with Nathan Ake getting the winner in the 64th minute. Manchester City sits second in the Premier League, 20 games played, 14 wins, 3 draws, 3 losses on 45 points.
Moving on to Team U, Spurs have no players injured. Lucas Moura was the player that would have been injured, that was injured for a very long time, but he made his return in a U21 game in the North London Derby and did score. So it was lovely to see him make a great return from injury. So Spurs, no players out. Man City do have one player out in John Stones, who has a hamstring injury. So Man City and Spurs both will have their first choice squads going into this crucial match. For the projected lineup, Lloris in goal, who's been on very shaky form recently. A back three of Romero, Dyer, Davies. Romero and Dyer have been pretty solid recently. Davies been a little shaky, but he completely would go over Longley based on their recent performances. Porro, our new signing, Pedro Porro at right wing back. I'm so excited to see him there. And then Emerson on left wing back. I don't think Perisic is going to play because we saw what happened last time out against City. Perisic playing that left side. He got completely dismantled by Riyad Mahrez, so I think we might play inverted ring backs. Emerson is pretty good defensively. Porro, still decent defensively, not as good as Emerson, but we've seen, if you watch clips of him on YouTube, when we played them, he shut down Perisic.
He's better than Sessegnon or Perisic defensively, which is exactly what we need.
Yeah, that's exactly what we need at right wing back, and I'm really excited to see Porro play. Midfield, no one else than Højbjerg Bentancur. Who else in the engine room? And then our front three, our big three, Kane, Son, Kulusevski.
Finally, we're going to see those front three hopefully click again. They've been playing together for a little bit now after Son came back from that injury and started firing, especially with those 2 goals against Preston. Back three, it's like it's the best we have right now. I think I prefer Davies to Longley in a game where we have slightly pacier forwards that we're dealing with in terms of Mahrez and Julian Alvarez and the like. Dyer is always going to start in that center point, and Romero has looked considerably better after he came back from the World Cup for us, so I think he will do great. Of course, our inverted wingback system, I think that's really the only choice we have because we had to, well, Perisic, we know what happened last time we played Man City. It was pretty bad on that left side. And Sessegnon, after his performance against Preston, I don't think any of us want to see him start. But the only saving grace there is that Sessegnon is not terrible defensively. So I really would not be, it wouldn't blow my mind to see Sessegnon start at left wing back. But in my opinion, I think we'd actually be better off with Porro starting on that right wing back side and Emerson starting in that left wing back side because we know I know a lot that we see Emerson start in that left wing back side a lot not actually start, but a lot of time as substitute appearances. He'll come on 20 minutes to go, and he'll play that left wing back side in place of Perisic or Sessegnon. So I think that's definitely possible for Emerson to play left wing back. Midfield, Bentancur and Højbjerg. Really, who else? Højbjerg got a nice rest against Preston, and Bentancur played 71 minutes and had a pretty decent performance on his return, continuing his return from that pretty bad injury that he got at the World Cup with Uruguay.
Our front three finally can get firing again. Son has hopefully got himself a huge boost in confidence after 2 lovely goals against Preston. And
those were 2 vintage goals.
Yeah,
by
2
the way.
really good Son finishes.
Yeah.
Classic Son finishes. And his recently good performances can lead to him finding his feet again in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Kane has been firing. Kulusevski has been doing pretty well ever since he got back from that short-term injury.
Yeah.
So hopefully this is the first time since last fall we can see our front three really click,
firing.
and we're all
Yeah.
we're all 3 of them are in form.
Yeah, because the last time we saw it was really probably, I mean, even against Leicester, I don't know how, I don't think Kulusevski pulled out that great of a performance.
I mean, Kulusevski, I believe he had an assist or 2.
I think the last time we saw a top tier performance by our front 3 was last season against Norwich, really. So it's been quite a while.
Or Southampton.
But Kane
really
did not get on the scoreboard. So
yeah, Kane nor Son, but Kulusevski did score, and I don't know if Kane or Son got any assists.
Son got an assist.
Son got an assist. But Kane, I don't think he wasn't the most convincing performance from him. So I want to see our front 3 really connect today.
Yeah,
that would be tomorrow. That'd be really good.
In terms of our recent head-to-head performances against Manchester City, we'll be pleased to report that every time that Tottenham have played at their new stadium, that is the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So the first match there was against Man City was on April 9, 2019 in the Champions League quarterfinals. Ever since then, when we play at home, we have not conceded a single goal to Manchester City, and we have won all of our games against Manchester City. It started with a 1-0 win on April 9th, 2019 in the Champions League. Then we won 2-0 in February 2020. Pulled out another 2-0 win in November 2020. And then a 1-0 win with that Son Screamer under the Nuno era in August 2021. So can we keep that record firing? I think it's definitely possible. Arsenal are dropping points. They lost to Everton today, courtesy of a Tarkowski goal. So this is going to be a big game for both City and Tottenham.
Yeah,
City to get closer to Arsenal.
They're going to want to get closer to Arsenal. They're going to be angry that they're so far behind Arsenal. Yeah. It's like 5 points, which is not the biggest of gaps. But if City win against us, they will get on to 48 points, 2 points behind Arsenal. But it'll be crucial that we win this match, because if we win and Newcastle lose, we will, I believe, be tied on points with Newcastle United.
Yeah. But we will have one more game played than Newcastle. So it's going to be a very tight race. We just have to make sure that we win all the games that we can. What's your score prediction?
My score prediction, I think Spurs can pull out the win. I'm going to say 2-0.
I'm going to say, just because it's a home game, because of our record at home, I'm going to give it a 1-0 win to Spurs. I don't think we can go any more than 1-0, but I think we can get that all-meaningful goal. I think our defense will be top tier. And I think, we have all the resources. I think we can pull out a win tomorrow. And I'm really hopeful that, because if we do pull out a win, I think this is really the start of our kind of comeback this season. Because after a great start, we really just kind of fell down the table with mistakes and all of that.
Injuries a lot, too. Kulusevski out for 2 months almost.
Yeah. So this is going to be very, very important if we can get the win here. But that's it for our preview to Tottenham's game against Man City on Sunday, February 5th, 2023. If you enjoyed and want to see more Spurs content, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below what your projected scores are for this game. And until next time,
come on, you Spurs!